Well, I hope to God that eventually we find out that maybe Caitlin Clark was asked to do this and maybe she said no. Because if that's not the case, then the WNBA and the Players Association, the WNBA PA, and the league, to be honest, continue to disrespect the far and away biggest draw that this women's hoops league's got that they've ever seen.
Imagine this. You're breaking records, packing arenas, redefining what it means to be the face of the league, and then you get left out of a merch drop like you're just part of the promo team. Yep, the WNBA Players Union rolled with AJA Wilson and Angel Reese instead of Caitlin Clark. And the internet? Oh, it's in full meltdown mode. So what is this? A calculated power move? A petty flex? Or a PR disaster dressed up in team spirit? Either way, grab your popcorn. This drama's sizzling hotter than a Liberty courtside seat in July.
And sheer incompetence are going to be the three main reasons why the WNBA never reaches the popularity, never reaches the shine that they think they deserve. Stubbornness, incompetence, and jealousy are going to be the reasons why Caitlin Clark remains at the mountaintop and nobody else ends up even being close to joining her up there. And it's all the WNBA, the players, the executives, Kathy Engelbert. It is all their fault. They're far too jealous. They're far too stubborn. And from a business sense, they are all far too incompetent. What am I talking about?
They could have just handed Caitlin Clark the crown, the throne, and a warehouse stacked with sold-out merch. But no, instead, they went with a move so transparent it might as well have come with a siren. The WNBA Players Union launched their shiny new merch campaign and somehow forgot to include the league's biggest draw, the one rewriting attendance records and flipping TV ratings like pancakes. It wasn't just a snub, it was a statement. Not an endorsement, a clock. And it struck petty a clock with a generous side of performative unity.
Biggest draw, their biggest revenue churner, the biggest ratings, viewership draw, attendance draw, the whole, if it's a draw, Caitlin Clark's bringing them in droves and lined up to come in the door. I'm awaiting a record, some kind of a record rating for her return the other day against the Liberty. I'm awaiting for that viewership rating to come in for television. I got a question. If you were going to market a product and the WNBA was going to be officially involved in it, would Caitlin Clark not be the number one overall draft pick that you would have? Well, to the Players Association and the people involved with it, I guess not. And this is baffling to me. It's terrible business. It is failed business.
Let's get one thing straight. Caitlin Clark didn't turn this down. She didn't ghost anyone. She wasn't too busy draining logo threes or signing baby honuses. She was never even invited to the party. And let's be real, if she had been part of that merch drop, her line would have vanished before most people finished their morning coffee. As for the others, let's just say they probably would have sat on those virtual shelves like the last pack of off-brand gum no one actually wants.
NBA Players Union chooses Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark in social media posts. Now, to be fair to Angel Reese, it wasn't just Angel Reese. It was everybody not named Caitlin Clark. It was everybody the old guard thinks is a star, not named Caitlin Clark. This is absolutely pathetic, absolutely embarrassing, and we are going to show you why momentarily. WNBA's Players Union chooses Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark in social media post originally appeared on Athlon Sports. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark and Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese have not exactly had fortunate starts to the 2025 WNBA.
And there lies the real problem. It's not that Caitlin Clark is too controversial. It's not that she's too new. It's that she's too successful. She's the one whose jersey moves like limited edition Beyoncé merch. The one packing arenas and doubling TV ratings without breaking a sweat. The optics, impeccable. The economics, even better. But the feelings, that's where the landmines are. Because when Caitlyn's gear sells out in seconds and everyone else's merch gathers digital cobwebs, the conversation shifts. It's no longer about unity, it's about reality. And that's the part they don't want to face.
I'm just in shock. I'm in shock. So you've got a lot of the biggest names in the entire WNBA here. You've got Aja, you've got Kelsey Plum, you've got Paige Beckers, you've got Angel Reese, you've got Fee, you've got Cameron Brink, you've got Sabrina. So you've got a lot of the bigger names, if not the biggest names. The biggest names in the entire WNBA right here. And who's not there? It's Caitlin Clark. And if you guys have not seen this right here, FM Cases and the WNBPA. The WNBPA. So this is 3 days old. I got sent this email today. I actually, in fairness, I did see a tweet, not including the most popular player. This is how much they hate Caitlin.
So instead of riding the rising tide that could lift the entire league, they chose to act like the tsunami didn't exist. Brilliant. It's like throwing a pizza party and leaving out the cheese, because you didn't want to offend the crust. Newsflash, the crust doesn't bring the flavor. Caitlyn is the flavor. And the league just tried to sell the idea that flavor doesn't matter if it's not politically convenient. Let's be clear. This isn't about black or white. It's not about who can dunk during warm-ups or who has the flashiest pre-game fits. This is about what happens when excellence comes from outside the approved storyline. When someone storms past the gatekeepers on pure skill, relentless work ethic, and logo range accuracy, and the old guard freezes, unsure whether to cheer or sound the alarm. It's not that they didn't see Caitlin Clark coming. It's that they never wanted her to arrive. And now that she's here, they are fumbling every opportunity to capitalize without admitting she reshaped the game. So what's the plan? Apparently, it's passive-aggressive exclusion. Dressed up in a hoodie and dipped in corporate cowardice. Aja Wilson and Angel Reese got the nod. And yes, no question, they are stars in their own right. They are marketable, talented, and have fan bases. But let's not pretend this rollout was about merit. It was about message control.
The exact abuse that they're giving Caitlin Clark right now to Sabrina Ionescu. Like, let's be real, you can look. You read what some of these things have said about Sabrina Ionescu before Caitlin Clark walked in the league, but now they have the new bully victim. And it's so funny looking at it where you're like, all these, it's so clear that these people, it's just an anti-Caitlin people, because it's like an enemy of my enemy is my friend, where it's like, they are these individual pages where you look at the players they hype up, and Paige Beckers, and by the way, by all accounts, Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark are friends. They'll have their profile's Angel Reese, and the players they're going to hype up is Paige Beckers because she is a rival to Caitlin Clark. And let's be real, that's an actual rivalry. Paige Beckers is really damn good.
But let's not kid ourselves. This wasn't about fairness. This was engineered to keep the merch spotlight evenly spread, even if that meant sidelining the one player who could outsell the entire roster combined. Because heaven forbid a rookie white girl from Iowa turns everyone else's numbers into clearance rack leftovers. The real tragedy? This isn't just a missed opportunity. It's a mirror. A reflection of the league's own insecurities. They say they want growth, visibility, and revenue, but only if it plays by their script. And Caitlin Clark, she shredded that script the second she stepped on the court. She didn't just play the game, she exposed it. And instead of riding the wave, the league's trying to sink the boat, with smiles for the camera and hashtags for cover. This isn't strategy. It's sabotage wrapped in sentiment. This is chess, sure, but the kind where someone flips the board mid-game and still claims checkmate. They'll spin it with buzzwords, diversity, representation, equity, whatever makes the snub sound noble. But everyone saw it. Everyone felt it. You don't bench your MVP in the name of inclusion. That's not progress. That's fear in a fresh hoodie. And don't miss the undertone. You can be great, just not too great. Not too fast. Not too loud. It's the same tired melody they've been humming for decades, just remixed for a new era.
Clark had another, whatever you want to call it, confrontation in a WNBA game. Like, why is this happening? The Caitlin Clark phenomenon is one that I got wrong. I never really thought that Caitlin Clark would make the difference that she has in college basketball or in the WNBA. What other sports analogies are out there that are in any way similar to the impact that one individual has had on a larger sporting universe? Tiger was...
Be amazing, but don't outshine the veterans. Break records, but keep it quiet. Sell out arenas, but make sure no one feels overshadowed. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark just keeps showing up, smiling, and launching threes from the parking lot like it's target practice. She's the storm they can't outrun, and instead of embracing it, they are slapping PR band-aids on a dam that's already cracked. It's honestly laughable, like watching someone deny there's a fire while the scoreboard behind them burns. And every time she delivers on the court, the silence from certain corners only gets louder. Not because she's wrong, but because she's undeniable. Here's the kicker. The snub only made her bigger. What was supposed to be a merch rollout turned into a blueprint on how not to treat your most bankable star. Fans noticed. Sponsors noticed. The media noticed. The only ones pretending not to. The same folks who thought this exclusion would glide under the radar like a lazy layup. Spoiler, it didn't. It dunked on them. And while the WNBA fiddles with identity politics over straightforward economics, they are missing a generational moment. Instead of building momentum, they are handing out participation trophies. Instead of leaning into Caitlin's wave, they are acting like it doesn't exist. As if fans can't read stats. As if we can't Google jersey sales, ticket prices, or see what's happening with our own eyes. As if we don't know the difference between merit and manufactured equality. So let's call it what it is. This wasn't an oversight. It wasn't bad timing. It wasn't some clerical fluke. It was deliberate. And the message was loud and clear. You can break records. Just don't break in, not unless it's on their terms, at their pace, in their uniform.